It's time for some hoops at the Time Warner Cable Arena in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the home of the Hornets, live on 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, certainly Al Jefferson.
And you know, the way you see Al Jefferson go to work in the post, you can see that he plays bigger than his actual size. And I think that's because he has really long arms, and he's got a lot of girth about him, so he can create space with his legs and then shoot over the top of the defense with those long arms.
And I think Big Al plays bigger than he is because he's not afraid to go into contact and create a shot. And he knows that even if he is fouled, he can go up and make a shot anyway. I mean, he can play through contact, and that gives him confidence down in the low post.
And it's been home cooking for the Hornets in the midst of a homestand here in Charlotte. They can secure their spot in the postseason with a victory here.
Checking out Charlotte, they've clearly put themselves right in the middle of the playoff.
Yeah, they're about where I thought they'd be at this point. But the fun part is seeing what they're able to do in playoff time. It's going to get up to a battle, but I think one that they're looking forward to. Kemba Walker, quick, great handle on the ball. He's a blur in transition. And what I like about him is always looking to push the tempo for easy baskets, and he's tough, not afraid of
And Walker tough to stay in front of, but yet he's become a good finisher around the rim.
Well, you know, you have to be able to do that at his size. He's listed at 6'1", which I think is really generous. He's more 5'10", 5'11", and he understands that's an area he has to continue to expand and add to the potent offensive player he's capable of.
Now here's Makita. Rebound, Kemba Walker. Well, was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Clippers?
That didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored and, well, not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, it looked like a mismatch to me.
Here is Merritt. Kemba Walker making his last shot. The try by Russell. And John Havlicek the bucket on the assist by Russell. Havlicek's got 5.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Here's Neal. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Pocket 6. Hinsbrook. Here's Jefferson. And it's sent back by Russell. Bird hits to Havlicek. Here's Neal. Leads him in there. Walker the best to Neal. Walker against Mirovich. Stands wrong. No good. And it's Boston the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop them.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Now Walker. John Havlicek missing from long range. Mirovich against Walker. Kicks it to Neal. Back to Walker. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. Walker range from outside. Wow. Walker's got 5 points so far. Mirovich hits the bird. And that one's good.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting. Brad Stevens and the Celtics can't worry about those who came before. He's got to be himself. He was well regarded in Boston. Despite the fact that they went through a rebuilding process last year, he did a really good job.
The Celtics with the lead. Now to DB, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. Of course.
I asked him what their focal point would be defensively, and he said that Al Jefferson is at the top of their scouting report. With his smooth, low-post repertoire and mid-range shooting touch, he can put up points in a hurry. He said they'll try to steer him to his left hand as much as possible and just hope for the best. Kevin, we'll see if they can force him to a tough night.
All right, Doris. That's good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Out to Bird. Fades. Good.
That's just run of the mill for him. Typical day at the office. He's one of the force. He goes offensive stand out.
With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. Taking a look at Boston. They got their eye on the number 1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course, the Charlotte Hornets down 5 spots from them.
You know, looking at Boston, they've been the story of the regular season in my mind, smashing expectations and really taking the league by storm.
Yeah, they've been impressive, no doubt about it. Among the league's best as we approach the postseason.
A 2, good.
Hasn't been able to get it going offensively. It's been a slow start for him.
Maravich dishes to McHale. Well, the Bobcats then now Hornets under a little bit miscommunication, but the bets going on in the NBA all over the place. And they're full time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season, they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for the 2. He comes in for Gary Neal. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. Lee kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Lee penetrating. And they'll turn over. Could not get off the shot before second violation.
One of the best low-post scorers the league has ever seen, guys. McHale had moves and counter moves like you wouldn't believe. Just fundamentally, I think the best post player of all time.
The man of 1,000 moves and then some. He was terrific. High arching shot, kept it up above his head, but the up and unders, the jump hooks, and a nice little mid-range jump shot. He had it all. He was absolutely fantastic down low.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And for the Hornets, that's huge. Miracle guy is who to target in free agency because they aren't usually a big player in that respect.
And he knocks down the first one.
And we know the Hornets definitely aren't as big a player in most free agent markets. That's pretty clear, small market team. They're usually at the bottom of the league in payroll. But they are making the most of what they spend now with their analysis, so trying to level the playing field a little bit.
Well, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just blanks the open jumper.
Offensive rebound. That cuts.
Had a great read of where that miss was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And Bill Russell slams it in.
See the way he times his passes so well? It's a great assist.
And it's Lee penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Celtics trail by 4. Maravich the best from McHale. That ball. Nice feed that time for Pete Maravich. Maravich has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Lynn. And the rejection by Russell. The kick out to Havlicek. Maravich. Good on the triple. Maravich has got 6.
Well, he's been working hard to get good looks, and it's paying off for him early.
Right side, Lynn. Shot no good. Look at the last game for Charlotte. It was a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And if you look at the offensive rebounding totals from that game, this team was at a severe disadvantage. You can't expect to win the game when you're only getting 1 attempt every time down the floor.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get some extra possessions, and clearly they were inferior in that area of the game. And you were right on top of it, Steve. For a little guy, that's pretty observant that rebounding would be a stat that you would be able to lock into.
The Celtics have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Bird dishes to Russell. Havlicek outside. 3-pointer, and he gets it to go. Havlicek's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Lynn. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Celtics out in front.